Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and a very hot day. We'll see an afternoon high around 104. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms, otherwise mainly cloudy, with the low around 73. And tomorrow, a slight chance of storms late, otherwise mainly sunny and hot, with the high around 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Monday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Rico with you. What's up, Rico?
Hello.
How's the day, man?
I haven't been outside since the sun came up, so I'm not hot yet.
It's probably going to be pretty warm.
Look, it's beautiful in here. Shout out to the AC for working.
Yeah.
So I haven't experienced that. And again, as I said last week when we knew this was coming, shout out to everybody that has to work outside today. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Apologize for the outside heat.
Yeah.
Not that we can control it.
I'm sorry.
We're also not going to.
Nature is burning you.
I also don't want to talk about the AC because I don't want to sound.
No. Shout out to the AC for working. These
Yeah,
guys are running outside shirtless.
Okay.
They're just glistening with sweat.
There. Okay. That's great, Rico.
What? Just
the details.
Painting a picture.
402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln Hotline and the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys the entire show today, as well as Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 961. Got a loaded show for you guys tonight. A good sports weekend overall. We had the Olympic trials that we'll dive into maybe later in the show. College baseball, game 3 is tonight.
Love
NHL hockey. Game 7
How did this get to
is
7?
tonight. Well, because 2 words, 1 person, Connor McDavid. Sometimes I call him Connor McJesus.
I'm sure a lot of people
somewhat filthy.
Dude, disgusting. I'm not a big fan of hockey. I haven't sat down and watched a full game,
Rico,
but I've been watching the highlights.
I plead to the folks, please watch it tonight. Watch them both. Watch the baseball game and then watch the hockey game.
What's the time difference?
6 p.m. for the baseball game.
Okay.
7 for the hockey game.
6 p.m. on baseball, as long as Mother Nature doesn't take it away.
Yeah. Well, they're worried about the river flooding, and they're worried about the dugouts flooding, because folks will remember when we got that rain a couple of weeks ago, during the Big Ten tournament.
Yep.
The dugouts were flooded.
It was swimming pools.
Yeah.
Well,
so
now
they're worried. They're worried about that happening again.
Yeah, because there's flooding in Iowa and flooding in South Dakota, and it's making its way down through the river. And Omaha looks like it might get hit by some of that massive water. Sending thoughts and prayers to everybody whose life has been uprooted by all the flooding again in South Dakota and Iowa. Have you seen the pictures and the videos?
I haven't seen the flooding.
It's ridiculous. Spencer, Iowa is gone.
It's been kind of a crappy spring / early part to summer.
Yeah.
So tons of tornadoes, severe weather, wind has been kind of crazy, and now the flooding.
This has been like you said, a
detrimental
start to summer. So we went to the zoo last week, and I'm just like, wow, it's so great to have summer around. And then I was like, it's the middle of June.
Yeah,
summer is almost over.
Maybe
no school for people. I'm like, you have June, July, and then like the end of August is like, I'm like, we're already halfway through June. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, June 24th is today.
Ridiculous.
It feels
like it just started getting hot.
Once the College World Series rolls around, this is for me, and because I embrace the College World Series so much, it feels like time just kind of stops, and you just kind of do this like gliding through the College World Series, and you forget that days are going by.
Yep.
And we were hanging out at Blur Events, which was great, and the games are awesome, and we're having a good time. And we started that on the Friday, moves across the weekend. There's one weekend gone. Then we're there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I leave town Thursday, and then another weekend's gone. And here we are, last day of college baseball season and last day of the College World Series, obviously.
And we have one more weekend of June.
And July 4th is next week, is a week from Thursday.
That's crazy.
July 4th is a week from Thursday, and before we know it, it's going to be August 1, and that means Husker football fall practices, go to those, go to press conferences, go to games, watch Husker football, get demoralized by Husker football, end of the year, watch the teams in the playoffs,
Husker
not named
basketball
Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska basketball, and it's just this recurring cycle.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who said it this morning. I was like sitting there going, man, what are we going to watch tonight or after tonight? What's going to be on? A month till the Olympics?
Yeah.
This is the dead time.
Don't worry, the Olympic trials are extended because for some reason they decided to have it over the course of like 2 weeks. So you can keep watching track and field through the rest of this week.
Well, congratulations.
I think the swim trial, I don't know how long the swim trials are going.
Couldn't tell you. I could tell you where they're going, where they're at though.
Shout out to Indy.
Shout out to the Lucas Oil Stadium. They got a big pool in a month. Big Ten Media Days.
In a month? No pool.
No pool in a month.
They should leave the pool.
Lincoln Riley and Matt Rule go for a swim.
Should they leave the pool, and then when you set up, it's kind of like a swim up bar?
Oh, I like swim up bars.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of electronic devices.
I like swim up bars,
but like it's like a swim up interview. No suits,
swimsuits. No suit and tie suits.
Although you could
swimsuits.
You could. It'd be very difficult.
Chubby Rhino on the text line says, welcome to life, Nick. Wake up, work, go to bed, wake up, watch sports, die. It's a little sad, Chubby Rhino, but I think we're starting to realize that.
That's a crazy 2 days, Chubby Rhino.
Yeah, can you actually like do that for 78 years or whatever?
Can you just keep that going?
I don't know what the average life expectancy is.
Are we doing this?
Because...
Oh, yeah. Unnamed texter says, we've got Euros in Copa America.
Okay, soccer.
Which Team USA beat Bolivia 2-0.
Average
3-0, but they got called for an offsides, which I didn't see, but it's whatever.
Okay, so 2022, the CDC estimates the life expectancy at birth has increased to 77 and a half years.
77 and a half? That's the average?
Yeah. 77 and a half years. Up 1 year and 1 month from 2021. Oh, thank goodness. But still down 1 year and 3 months from 2019 before the COVID-19 pandemic.
COVID just ruined everything.
Somebody said, dang. Somebody said, what are the odds of living to 90 years old? At the end of the study, about 16% of the men and about 34% of the women survived to the age of 90. In fact, authors found women who were taller than 5 feet 9 inches were 31% more likely to reach 90 years old.
Joke's on you.
Compared to those who were under 5 feet 3 inches.
Joke's on you. My grandma's shorter than me by a decent amount, and she just turned 91.
Women
or
are
92. One of those. Over 90.
In 2022, women had a life expectancy of 79.3 years, compared with 73.5 for men. That's from the New York Times.
As long as I get to 88, I'm good.
So this article was written in 2023, obviously, November 13th, 2023. And the headline is An Unsettling Drop in Life Expectancy for Men. So there you have it.
If I can get to 85, so I can say I'm Ocho Cinco, I'm good.
That's all that matters.
That's it. That's all that
That
matters.
is all I care about.
That is it.
Well, let's hope we all make it through the heat wave. We got 100 degrees as the high today, 94 tomorrow, 90 on Wednesday. How about this? A little bit of thunderstorms on Thursday, 79 degrees, but then it shoots back up to 91. And then it looks like 80s for the next week or so. So enjoy that while we have it.
I would say it's going to cool it off, but it's just going to make things disgustingly humid.
Very, very. As we mentioned, 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the rest of the way here. A couple of thoughts off the text line as we just keep track of these. Fellas, old dad 34 says, fellas, I just came home from Vermilion, South Dakota, and the rivers are crazy full. Water is everywhere. Appreciate that.
Thank you for letting me know. I got to check on my sister because she lives in Vermilion.
Nice.
I didn't even think about that.
Unnamed texter, we officially have 67 days until kickoff. Go Big Red. Tommy says, anyone wearing jeans and a work shirt deserves a free beer today.
I'll drive by people who are working construction, and I'm just like, first off, couldn't do that. I'm a wimp. I understand that. But it's like the jeans and the long sleeve shirts, and I'm like, that just sucks. And I know that they do it to like protect their arms and legs from the sun or you know whatever else it is. But man, like I feel like it would make their, I don't know. I don't want to speak for them, make their jobs easier if they could wear shorts and a t-shirt so they don't have to, but I don't know.
I said this about my dad last week. Dad, my father, built the Beltway, built South Beltway
by himself,
not by himself.
Just him
was part of it. And so he did that. And now he's up at Epley Airfield doing all that stuff.
Helping out.
Helping
with the new airport.
Running cranes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wherever you see cranes, there's probably a good chance that Mr. Seinert's there.
Papa Seiner.
But nonetheless.
How many days till kickoff?
67.
We are Joey Mancino days.
But what I was going to say is he's more comfortable in jeans than any other piece of clothing.
I guess.
The Wranglers from Walmart.
It's so hot outside and you're wearing jeans and a long sleeve shirt.
I know.
I understand that it's, for safety and to keep the sun off of you so that you don't have to put on like sunscreen or anything. I mean, obviously like your face and stuff, but I don't know. It just seems crazy. All
right, let's I want to get to this really quickly. We're going to talk game 3, game 7. This will kind of all intertwine into it. It was released earlier this morning that Texas baseball fired their head coach or mutually agreed to part ways with their head coach, David Pierce, after 8 seasons at the helm of the Longhorns. And David Pierce, you would think, okay, must have not produced.
Yeah.
3 College World Series appearances in 8 seasons at the helm of the Longhorns, made the College World Series 3 out of the 8 years. He had 4 40-win seasons and 150 win season.
Did they make the College World Series in that 50 win?
Yes. He had missed the postseason 1 year. Also would have been then 2 if you count the COVID season, right? Doesn't matter. So David Pierce and Texas reportedly mutually agreed to part ways. You look at D1 baseball, Kendall Rogers says this was expected. This has been one of the worst kept secrets in college baseball. However, here's the strategic approach from Chris Del Conte, the athletic director for the University of Texas, to release this news on the day of a winner-take-all national championship game. Texas A&M, Tennessee. And your instant thought is, okay, what's Texas's next item of business?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Finding a coach. Let's look at these two. Texas has the money. They're going to be in the top baseball conference in the country. Could we see an in-conference move from either Jim Schlossnagle at Texas A&M or Tony Vitello at Tennessee, the two coaches that are coaching in a championship game tonight? We know Schloss just left TCU in 2021, went to Texas A&M back in 2021, and that was after being in the College World Series multiple times with the Horned Frogs. Now brings Texas A&M to the brink of a national championship, the first one in Texas A&M baseball history, but is a little bit older. Tony Vitello, still relatively young in the coaching world, has been at Tennessee since 2018. Prior to that, was an assistant at Missouri from 2003 to 2010. He was at TCU as an assistant from 2011 to 2013. And then he was an assistant under Dave Van Horn from 2014 to 2017. Takes Tennessee, kind of builds it, and he's taken a lot of pride in the fact that he's built Tennessee up to this powerhouse, if you will. 3-time super regional winner, has been to an NCAA regional 4 times. He's won the SEC tournament championship 2 times in 2022 and 2024. He's a 2-time coach of the year, 1-time SEC coach of the year. The accolades are there in 7 seasons for Tony Vitello.
Built himself up into quite a powerhouse coach and a powerhouse program.
Known, but we also know that there's feelings about his attitude and his demeanor.
Tossing dirt.
Does that not feel like Texas? Think about
it's
the coach.
Just a darker
unfortunately,
shade of orange.
Coach Giardo.
Yep.
Unfortunately, had a little bit of a temper. Fit Texas well. Tony Vitello.
I
mean,
see
what
it.
a move!
I see the vision,
right? Like what? So Tony Vitello is making a little over $1.6 million this year.
Texas could easily
top it.
Easily.
Kevin O'Sullivan at Florida, for all of his accolades and all of his achievements, $1.825 million per year. So could we see Texas go and get $2 million for Tony Vitello?
Honestly, this move would have been made sooner if it wasn't going to be one of the 2 people that are coaching.
That's the thing. It feels it would have been announced sooner, because this has been a thing that's kind of been talked about underneath and behind closed doors of
bated breath.
Yeah, you know what? David Pierce, he's a little bit of an older coach. It's maybe time as Texas moves into the SEC. It's time for them to show, we're truly invested, not only in football, not only in men's basketball, but yes, for sure, in baseball as well. Softball is just fine as well. We are going to show that, guess what? 3 College World Series appearances in 8 years wasn't enough. Another piece of the David Pierce, exactly, right? Another piece of the David Pierce idea is that he took control of the pitching staff this year, and statistically, it was the worst pitching season for the Longhorns in 10 seasons. Had like a 4.91 earned run average as a team. Walked over 295 batters this season. They only struck out. They didn't strike out a lot of guys. That was down. So it was a disappointing year on the bump for Texas. Still made a regional, and now they joined South Carolina as another team in a power conference to fire their head coach after making a regional.
The SEC is just firing coaches because the outcome isn't as good. The outcome for these teams would be celebrated at many other places, but the fact that you're in the SEC and you're South Carolina and you're Texas, it's not good enough. Three College World Series appearances in 8 years. If you're Nebraska, fantastic. You're getting if Will Bolt would have done that, he's getting a lifetime contract. Not a lifetime contract, but a really large contract, right? It's like we said, it seems as if it wasn't going to be one of these 2 coaches, it would have been announced publicly, not behind closed doors, a lot sooner. They wouldn't have waited for the winner take all game to announce that David Pierce is no longer going to be the skipper at Texas. But with Tony Vitello, it's one of those, at least for me, where yes, I understand that Texas is easily going to out money Tennessee in terms of paying him whatever he wants to be paid. But do you want to continue to build up your legacy at Tennessee? You know, if you win this national championship, are you really going to win and then bounce to a conference opponent just for the money? Because you can create your own legacy at Tennessee and be that coach who got them their first national championship, and however many down the line, if you continue to build up the program the way that you have, the money will come. The money will show itself, especially being in the SEC. At Texas, if you win 1 or 2 national championships in baseball, it's just, congratulations. You won a national, like, obviously they're going to be excited, but it's one of those where you're never going to be the top dog in terms of coaching legacies.
Just to give folks an idea, once again, more context here. David Pierce, who's been came from Tulane, didn't have a great record at Tulane. He was 30 games above 500 as the head coach of the Tulane Green Wave.
There for 2 years.
How about this? From 2012, when he began his head coaching career at Sam Houston State, formerly known as Sam Houston State, now just Sam Houston. Sam Houston State, NCAA regional. All 3 years, 3 years of a regional. 2 years at Tulane, 2 NCAA regionals. Then you have from Texas, 2017 to 2024. 2019 is the lone season that Texas missed out on the postseason. And that was the only year since 2012 that David Pierce's team had not been sent to a regional. That is who Texas and Chris Del Conte just mutually agreed to part ways with. Made the College World Series at Texas in 2018, 2021, 2022, made a super regional in 2023, but then just made a regional in 2024 this season. Once again, the pitching statistics were bad, led by David Pierce. But ultimately, once again, he was hired to replace back in 2017 was his first season, hired back in 2016 to replace Augie Garrido. So there you have it. Sam Houston State, Tulane, and Texas.
Regardless of who you are in terms of Texas baseball coaching, you're never going to pass Augie Garrido.
No.
It's not going to happen. So do you always want to be known as the second best coach in Texas baseball history or the best coach in Tennessee baseball history?
And then I would ask the folks, so Jim Schlossnagle, who is 53 years old, older than Tony Vitello. We've talked about his kind of history at A&M in the 3 years that he's been there. Certainly not a bad track record. College World Series in his first year in 2022. NCAA regionals last year in 23, and we know where they're at today. College World Series finals with a record of 53-14. In 3 seasons, Jim Schlossnagle, the former TCU head coach, is 134-61. 134 wins in 3 years in baseball. In one of the best in the best college baseball conference,
easily, far and away.
You only lost 14 games.
That's ridiculous.
At TCU, he was 734-343. TCU, Schloss had 4 40-win seasons and 2 50-win seasons.
And that's TCU with, the enrollment getting into TCU is not easy. In the recruiting to TCU baseball, pretty difficult. And you're playing in the Big 12, which is a solid baseball conference. And he's out there doing what he was doing with Texas Christian.
Made the College World Series while TCU was still in the Mountain West Conference also.
Very
prior to 2012. Then they joined the Big 12 in 2013, made 4 straight College World Series from 2014 to 2017.
There's no way he leaves A&M for Texas.
Why announce it on this day? It's one of them.
The money is better at A&M than it is at Texas.
I did see a tweet. I want to say, I can't remember where it was from. Some pundit out there was saying like the world's not ready for A&M to win a major championship, a national championship in a major sport.
Have they not? For
football hasn't. Women's basketball did years ago.
Yeah,
they beat Notre Dame years ago.
It was a while.
And then I want to say like early
Basketball hasn't.
2010s.
Yeah,
Basketball hasn't. Baseball hasn't. Softball hasn't.
Oh, interesting.
So there you have it. Is that we know, right? Once again, the money at A&M.
You're not passing A&M in money. I don't care if you're Texas.
They got Lamborghinis for football, though.
I don't. Texas A&M doesn't do Lamborghinis.
Texas A&M doesn't need to do Lamborghinis.
They do oil.
There you go. There it is. So it'll be interesting to see the storylines, kind of the reports coming out. That's where you just kind of, not to read too much into the timing of it, but let's go ahead and read too much into the timing of it.
Love it.
To where Texas could have done this a week ago, could have announced it 3 days ago, could have announced it tomorrow, but yet they announced it on the day of the winner-take-all national championship game for one of two reasons, or even potentially both. One is everything we just dissected over the last 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, just the blatant disrespect of the sport and saying, screw our other conference members of the conference that we just joined in the SEC. Let's make it partially about us today.
We are the headline.
We want to be the headline. Forget Texas A&M and forget Tennessee.
That seems
but
like
hey,
more
either one of those coaches, come on down to Austin.
That seems like more of a Texas thing to do. Also,
it could,
Texas,
but that goes into Tony Vitello. Tony Vitello's chucking dirt.
I know. I just don't see him leaving Tennessee for Texas. And like, if you're Texas, the problem is doing it like a week or two ago is then you're just going to have to pick up some coach who they're doing this now to see if they can get whoever wins. They're not going to take the loser. It's Texas baseball. They don't take losers.
Okay.
They're going to do what they can to get the winner of the national championship.
Works for me.
I don't think they get either. I don't know who they're going to hire. They're going to have to steal somebody away from somebody else because they're not going to get somebody who doesn't currently have a job. That's not Texas baseball. What are you doing?
They're going to poach somebody.
They're going to poach somebody. I just don't know who.
I want to get some thoughts on this. There's some we always talk every year about how crazy the college football coaching carousel is. And even sometimes college basketball can be somewhat interesting. I do want to get though Camels. I read a report today. Over 25 folks are in the portal.
Holy schmoly.
Yeah, I like close to 40 potentially from the Camels are because for baseball, because Campbell had their coach leave to go take the Ohio State job.
Are they all going to
potentially
go to Ohio State?
Ohio State Camels. But
the Campbell Buckeyes?
Think about this. College baseball, you have coaches getting mutually agreeing to part ways at Texas. Mutually.
Quote unquote.
Yep. And then, but for some reason they announced it on the day of the winner take all.
They know what they're doing.
And then national championship tonight. Couple other spots still needing to be full, and transfer portal. Also, not a lot of attrition from Nebraska's roster yet.
No. Wasn't it South Carolina's former coach is going to be the Creighton head coach?
Yes, he's the associate head coach.
Yeah.
Mark Kingston got fired from South Carolina after making the regional this year.
Yeah.
Gets fired from the Gamecocks, is now hired as the associate head coach for the 2025 season.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2026, he is the head coach. Head coach in waiting, if you will, but is on coach services staff as the associate head coach.
Interesting.
Yeah, really, really fun world. It all comes to a close tonight.
The SEC and Omaha.
Private, I bet they're PJ, private jet from Omaha down to Austin. Whichever coach wins.
Nah.
They know it. Hey, Schloss, if you win, this is Tony Vitello, and you're Schloss. Hey. Do you want me to lose so you can have the Texas job, or should I try to win because I want the Texas job?
What? I think I'm good with the burgundy that I'm wearing. I think you would look better in a darker
Okay, so
shade
I'm going to
of
win the
orange.
national championship.
So you win.
Okay.
And then we'll just be back here next year.
Sounds
right?
good.
And then you let me win.
Yeah. We'll just
because you're
create a partnership.
Look, you're going to be paid a lot. So we'll just keep this going.
We'll just keep this going.
We'll just keep it in the state of Texas.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
I like it.
All right. SEC brothers for life.
We love Texas.
Until you decide to make another conference.
There it is. All right, let's take a break. We'll see what happens tonight. 6 p.m. for that one. Texas A&M and Tennessee. Should we just give our predictions real quick on that one?
Give me Tennessee.
I have this awkward suspicion.
We looked up some numbers. The winner of game 1
does
not, if it goes to a game 3, rarely wins it. Rarely, I'll have to look up exactly, but it's a lower percentage for the winner of game one if it goes all three to win it.
Awkward feeling in my gut that Tennessee's going to win tonight somewhat handily.
Running away?
Like a 10-3 type of game, 10-2.
As long as it's within a grand slam of being interesting. That's all I want.
Okay. I would love an 8-7 game. I would love a 5-4 ball game. You know, actually the dream, and I'll get Austin's dream scenario in the crossover. 2-1.
Home runs?
If it's no home runs. If it's 1-1, if it's 1-1 entering the ninth inning,
walk off.
You will not find somebody happier than me.
Nick will be in heaven. What if
because we get bullpen arms on the last day. Empty the tank. Empty the tank.
Everyone's in.
Kirby Cannell, we Texas A&M's pitcher said, yeah, I'm fine after he threw 40-some pitches. He's like, I'm ready to go tomorrow if coach needs me.
Let's do it.
They're going to empty the tank. We'll see what happens. I think Tennessee wins, though.
Give me a 6-4 ball game going into the ninth, and you get two men on.
Let me ask you a trivia question. And maybe I'll answer this when we get back.
Okay. Ask the question. And
I'll ask the question because maybe we can think of something to give away.
Perfect.
Actually, I will actually have some gift cards for folks to give away.
There we go.
All right. How about this? A number one overall seed, has not won the NCAA College World Series since 1999. Who is the last number one overall seed to win the national championship? We'll answer that. Tell you a little bit about him when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, mainly sunny and a very hot day. We'll see an afternoon high around 104. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms, otherwise mainly cloudy, with a low around 73. And tomorrow, a slight chance of storms late, otherwise mainly sunny and hot, with a high around 99. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Advocating for physicians in the health of all Nebraskans, Nebraska Medical Association, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report. Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Old School with DP and J.
And Todd Bowles, I'm gonna tell you this, DP. His voice does not match his body type.
That's what I'm saying. He's never I don't know how you can be led by Todd Bowles' voice.
That's a fireable offense anyway.
Like his facial expression is top notch. Then his voice, because it's literally you're there expecting. It's like Mike Tyson.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I vomited last night.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I literally vomited. I threw up.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. All right, so throughout the break, there's been some reading of articles that have been posted. Yahoo Sports has this one that we're really going to truly reference here. And some of this conversation is going to be lighthearted, some of it with a touch of, yeah, you know what? This is serious. It could happen. We mentioned that Texas baseball fired their head coach, David Pierce, this morning, or announced it this morning.
Bad David.
That they wanted to mutually agree to part ways. The trivia question that I asked right before the break was, since 1999, nobody, or I should say, let me rephrase that. There has been one team since 1999 to win the national championship game that was the number one overall seed and won the College World Series. Do you know who that was, Austin?
What's the question again? Sorry. The last number one overall to win it?
Yes.
Miami, 99.
Now, Miami Hurricanes in 1999, Eduardo Perez, who we hear on the broadcast all the time, was on that roster. So a couple people got it correct on the text line. Chase B, Sean, and Brad from Baldwin. Nice work. You guys will win some stuff, some gift cards. I'll shoot you a text here in the next break. All right. Now, we were gonna go on to another topic, but we decided to bring in Austin. Hello,
hey guys.
Austin.
How's it going?
We'll do a little double crossover today. Austin's going to be kind of flying solo for a little bit today, so we'll cross over for an extended period of time.
Left to right, right to left.
Left to right, right to left. 402-464-5685. We had an extensive conversation in the first segment about, all right, yeah, Tony Vitello seems like, okay, the guy that Texas would probably want. A little bit younger than Jim Schlossnagle.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's
fiery.
It's somewhat changed. Yahoo Sports.
Nick and Austin have found some things out, and we may or may not have lost our minds in the break.
So Jim Schlossnagle, previously at TCU, his athletic director in 2009 at TCU was current Texas athletic director Chris Del Conte.
Brick number one.
So the Yahoo Sports article that I found was written today. If offered, there is one reason why Jim Schlossnagle should leave Texas A&M for Texas. How about this? The article says this, quote, "It makes sense that win or lose, Schlossnagle's tenure in College Station is over." Texas A&M baseball head coach Jim Schlossnagle has to deal with the speculation that this will be his final game with the Aggies. Sorry, Texas A&M, says Yahoo Sports. This might be my favorite line in this entire article. Quote, "Sorry, Texas A&M, you're in the SEC, which means you're special, but on this, you're no different than Texas Tech or TCU. Texas is Texas. Austin is Austin." Hello, Austin.
Hello.
If Texas calls A&M's baseball coach with a job offer, it would be a surprise if he passed because these two have flirted before. Scrolling down a little bit farther, Texas A&M Schlossnagle was the baseball coach for TCU from 2009 to 2017, while Del Conte was the athletic director at TCU. TCU baseball program thrived under Schlossnagle in that time. The two had a very solid working relationship, and Del Conte extended Schlossnagle's contract multiple times. How about this? This is another big one. When Schlossnagle left TCU for A&M in 2021, a very public and prevailing thought around TCU was that had Del Conte still been at TCU, he would have been able to convince Schloss to stay. On this, it's doubtful that even with Del Conte's sales skills, Schlossnagle would have remained at TCU. But there's that piece.
There's still There's the fact that there was a thought that if a certain AD was still there, that he might have been able to keep your baseball coach from going from TCU to Texas A&M. Regardless, pretty strong.
The only person who knows the answer to that question, obviously, is Jim Schlossnagle.
Yeah.
But the way that TCU operates, right? Smaller, private kind of school, that makes that interesting too. To make that jump to, the military ag school in A&M. And then if it happens to Texas.
Yeah.
Like, that's the big boy. And I know, Rico, you and I were talking like, yeah, A&M, can match if not exceed the money. Yeah. But to that line that you read there, Nick, about your Texas Tech or TCU, A&M is little brother in a baseball sense. They've been here to Omaha a fair amount of times, but tonight could be their first title. Compare that to what Augie Garrido did at Texas, like a dominant juggernaut in the sport. Like, A&M's been good. A&M's been fine. Like, if Nebraska had A&M's baseball history, you're not mad about that for a second. But to say you're the head coach of Texas baseball, that's saying something.
So once again, my favorite quote in this: "Sorry, Texas A&M, you're in the SEC, which means you're special. But on this, you're no different than Texas Tech or TCU."
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. I'm continuing to continue to read this. Contract situation will make an exit to Texas expensive. Schlossnagle made $1.35 million this season, which is a lot, but certainly nothing that Texas can't afford.
Peanuts.
And his buyout is twice as high if he's hired by another in-state school. The guy left another Texas school to go to a Texas school first. So in the contract, they put, hey, if you leave for another Texas school, it's double.
He's just slowly moving up the Texas baseball ladder. TCU, Texas A&M. Now he's getting to the top of the totem pole. He's going to
Texas. Eventually, he'll get to Rice.
Bingo. I miss Rice being good at baseball.
I do as well.
Finally goes
miss
from
Bring back Rice.
goes from Texas to Rice to then the Astros.
Dallas
right?
Baptist.
Ooh, DBU.
On the low,
Like
on the low
DBU.
for A&M.
Yeah, Dallas Baptist coach.
Yeah.
So
if this happens,
let's
when
talk
this
about
happens,
this.
it's going to
Let's
happen.
play the hypothetical scenario. Who does Trev Alberts call?
I don't know. He made one baseball hire before.
He's made a baseball hire. Who was that baseball hire?
I don't.
No, that's the joking part. I don't think Will Bolt would go to Texas. Bill Wolt. Who's that?
I have no idea who Trev hired in a baseball sense. I don't know.
Hey,
Well,
he's
we're
in
at that
Omaha.
press conference?
He's in Omaha.
Oh,
It's
no.
a short drive. Hey, listen, you can come back
Will
on the
can drive
PJ
too.
with us.
Well,
You can come
hold
back on the private jet with us.
Well, is if Will Bolt's not in Omaha, which one of the three places is he in right now? He's got three pitchers pitching.
That's
I mean,
true.
One of them
Tonight.
One of them he didn't coach, but right? He didn't coach
Waldron. No, Waldron
No.
did not coach.
I was wondering
He
if
did
he
not
was
coach
on the staff.
but no. I mean, it would be funny.
All of a sudden, you see you flight tracker, you see a private jet going from Baltimore or whatever.
just scorching back in Omaha, just fast as possible.
He's like, hey, I would
Airspace-
love to watch you pitch, but I gotta.
Sorry,
of
can't take this.
Texas
I got a
A&M,
jet.
Texas A&M used the oil money to clear the entire airspace and say we just need a straight shot to Omaha.
They said we need you to ground every
Everything.
plane.
It's parting the Red Sea. All the airspace.
Every plane gets grounded so that we can talk to Will Bolt.
This is important.
Which is such a weird thought. Anyway, but no, okay, back in all seriousness though.
Wait, back in seriousness?
To all seriousness.
Thought we were.
Stop it.
I am not. It would be kind of fun. It would be funny.
Would you laugh?
Tulane Tanner says Bolt wouldn't go to Texas A&M for 3 to 4 times the pay.
3 or 4 times the talent base.
Oh, come on, man.
He doesn't have to recruit the Texas kids to leave Texas.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Back in all seriousness.
Hey, if Texas A&M calls,
Hey, Will.
you couldn't blame him.
Hey, Will, this is Trev.
Yeah. Hey, remember me?
Remember that time I hired you and I gave you that contract that had like a decent amount of zeros?
Wait.
I have more zeros to offer you.
Does Rob Childress go back with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rob Childress back at A&M.
Yes.
Or does Rob Childress take the
Because they
Oh,
weren't.
no!
They weren't mad at A&M.
They
They
weren't.
weren't mad at Rob at A&M
Yeah.
not being good. It's that
Yeah.
he wasn't good enough. But so now if he's not head coach, they're fine with him as pitching coach.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine with pitching coach.
Yep.
What a wild world.
Hypotheticals.
No inside information at all. No, there is none.
Hold on, I gotta take this call.
Yeah. We got Shams to our right. Anyway, so
Rico might be taller.
it may be.
Wish I had his money.
So here you go. Once again, in his tenure at TCU, Schlossnagle considered other jobs, including Mississippi State. However, in 2017, when he was offered the job, he declined it because there were rumblings that Texas wanted him in 2017.
Oh.
Ta-da!
There you have it.
Who was the AD before Delcani?
Ooh, putting
I
me
should
on the
know
spot
this.
here.
It was
Sean, of course, was the.
I can picture the guy. Oh,
Okay,
I can't.
yeah.
hold on. Texas AD list. That's not how you spell list. List. Either way. So there you have it.
DeLoss Dodds.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
DeLoss
you.
Dodds.
Thank
Yep.
you. It was just a matter of whoever could search it quicker.
Yep.
Oh yeah, DeLoss Dodds. Totally.
Jake Sorensen chimes in and asks if Jim Schlossnagle can save the Royals.
Jake, I'm going to have a whole first hour about that. So
There it is.
Maybe
Stay
Steve
tuned.
join you.
Stay tuned.
Jake, if you're in the area, come in. We can chat.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen.
Royals talk with Austin and Jake.
The end of this. I'm going to post this article on my Twitter here out in just a moment. If Del Conte calls Schlossnagle, the Aggies should prepare themselves that their baseball coach will pull a Davy Crockett and utter an abridged version of "You can go to hell. I'm going to Texas." Incredible quotes in this article. I'll post it on Twitter.
Was this a Texas writer? What's going on?
Shout out to
here?
Mark Angle
I'm Mark Angle. Thank you.
of the Fort Worth Star Telegram.
Aha!
Fort Worth.
He's just having
TCU
TCU territory.
He's having fun with it.
He
That's what
understands.
doing.
He's like, it sucks to be you finally, Texas A&M.
He left us for you, and now he's leaving you.
Who's the UCF guy that was always mad at Frost? I just picture him.
I don't know.
Like ghost writing this column.
Oh man,
Can you imagine? I told you guys in the break, but I want the listeners. Can you imagine, like, bottom of the 7th in some situation, and all of a sudden the ticker on the bottom is just like Jim Schlossnagle hired?
Yeah, and Jim Schlossnagle steps out to go to the bathroom.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be like
the.
That's the thing. It's gonna be like the trade deadlines where they have to pull guys out of the game. They're like pulling them out of center field.
Yeah.
Jim Schlossnagle's gonna be standing on the dugout, and you just see Trev just tug on the shirt and be like, "Hey, you gotta go." Or Chris Del Conte's there. He's like, "Hey, you gotta go. We're going back to Austin. You gotta go."
Schlossnagle's gonna go for pitch and change, and then Del Conte comes out on the field.
No, Schloss is the one that's getting changed. He's like, he comes out for a pitch and change.
You guys are good. No
Just
position changes.
tips the cap and says, "No, pitcher, you're good." And then heads to the dugout.
I needed this.
I don't know what the commentators would do, but I would pay a decent amount of money to see that happen.
Oh, can you imagine being like the commentator and just like getting that in your ear, just like, hey,
Hey,
this just happened.
Schloss is
He's
not
leaving.
here.
He's leaving. He's left.
Michaela Chester follows them into the clock.
They do one of those
Peterson sprints out of the booth.
They do one of the mid-game interviews in like the 5th inning. It's like, hey, so how do you like Texas A&M? Oh, I love it here in Aggie land. You know, we're able to win. This is going to be the norm for Texas A&M baseball in the top of the 7th. Jim Schlossnagle has been hired by Texas. Wait a minute.
No, it's got to be one of those in the mid-game interview where he's just like, hey, how are you liking it at Texas A&M? Oh, I love Texas.
Yeah. No.
Right.
And they're just like,
I never said
A&M?
I'm not going to be the next head coach at LSU.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be the Lincoln Riley. It's going to be the Lincoln Riley of like, well, and then it's going to be, I bet you're happy to have those rumors done with. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not going to LSU.
Not going to LSU. Not going to
I'm not going to South Carolina.
South Carolina. No, because Paul Maneri's there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Paul Maneri. Going to resurrect the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Not a second too late.
I'm not going to Campbell.
Yeah. Campbell's looking for a head coach. They might hire Jim Schlossnagle today.
I don't know.
Hey, same color orange. Which orange you like better?
What a get for the Camels. Campbell, by the way, per D1 baseball, 23 guys in the transfer portal. 23 guys in the transfer portal.
Football numbers.
While their head coach went and dipped to go to Columbus, Ohio for Ohio State. So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to keep it on baseball. Different topic. Since Charles Schwab Field / TD Ameritrade Park opened in 2012, what's the most memorable play? What are a couple of the most memorable plays? We're going to keep Austin in here. We'll get you ready for On the Block when we return.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to CornhuskerStateGames.com. Advocating for physicians in the health of all Nebraskans, Nebraska Medical Association, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your liberty and freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to defending the liberty and pursuing justice for those accused. Going to court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we carry that burden for you. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The Nebraska Lottery presents 5 reasons the dollar bill is so great. First, it's always there when you need it. You can always find one folded up in your pocket just waiting to get you out of a jam. Second, it's humble. It doesn't strut around like a 50 or 100 waiting for people to compliment it. Third, it works hard. Whether you need more money for a tip or extra detergent at the laundromat, a dollar bill sure comes in handy. Fourth, it beats lugging around 100 pennies. And fifth, you can use it to buy a Lotto America ticket from the Nebraska Lottery. Lotto America only costs $1. It has a $2 million starting jackpot with drawings every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And you can add the All-Star bonus for an additional $1 to multiply any prize won. So visit a Nebraska Lottery retailer today and buy a Lotto America ticket. Ooh, sounds like someone tried to pay with 100 pennies. So sad.
Lotto America top prize odds, 1 in 26 million.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. On the block with Strick and Austin.
When you look at Nebraska baseball, I mean, a 40-win season, best pitching in the Big Ten, above average offense for the Big Ten. You go to regionals, far and away the best pitching staff, but a good half a run below even the third worst offense in that regional. When you look at Nebraska baseball, is that a program that needs to improve the pitching first, or the lineup first to be able to make more of a dent in the postseason.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
This is a house of learned doctors.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
As soon as your eyes shut, I'm going to punch you square in the face.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I just posted on the Twitter, Nick_Sainert, the article that we were referring to in the last segment from Yahoo Sports. The one that says, sorry, Texas A&M, you're in the SEC, which means you're special, but on this, you're no different than Texas Tech or TCU. Also, another good one that I came across was, it doesn't mean Texas A&M is a bad job or a bad place. It's just not Texas. Man. What a humbling quote.
College Station is not Austin.
What a humbling quote. 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys the entire way today. So if you want to go check that out, you can do that. While we have Austin in here, I want to get his thoughts on just college baseball in a nutshell. While TD Ameritrade or Charles Schwab Field, since 2012 it is, has been opened, most notable plays in the College World Series at that ballpark, right? Because the one that instantly comes to my mind is in 2018. Arkansas drops the fly ball.
That is such a turnkey moment.
Right? It is. If you think about if somebody were to ask me what is the most polarizing is not the right word, but just intense, emotional, heaviest play that was made or happened at the College World Series since 2012, instantly.
Yeah.
Because that held Arkansas back from having a national title. It held Dave Van Horn back from having his first title. There's been so many good Arkansas teams that's
Pat Casey's last title, right?
It was
in
2018. Yeah. And that Oregon State team was so good that that was such a good College World Series too, just in general, because you had so much talent in it. Another one would have been like Rhett Lauder and against Paul Skeens last year. But other than that,
Tommy Tank's walk-off.
Tommy Tank's walk-off. That was game 2, correct?
Yes.
Because then obviously LSU wins 18-4 in game 3.
Well, that would have been before the CWS. Or before the championship series.
Yes,
that would have been
right.
because Wake Forest was undefeated.
That's right.
LSU
beat them twice. Yeah, because they beat Florida in the finals.
Yep.
So that's right. So I would ask you guys, any other ones that specifically stick out? Like there's been good ones, right? Like Arizona walked off Coastal in a championship game, but not in the deciding championship game. They walked them off in game 2, I believe. But other than that, there just hasn't been these monumental, oh my gosh, speechless types of moments.
Like, did that just happen?
The one that I didn't remember who it was. I had to look it up. But Vandy, Virginia, before Virginia won that one under Brian O'Connor. Vandy got its first title in 2014. A dude that had 2 home runs on the year popped one out in the bottom of the 8th inning to give Vandy a 3-2 lead, and they get 3 outs, and the rest is history. John Norwood was his name.
Wouldn't have had it.
I had no idea who he was. I just remember that being a pretty good game. Ends up it was 3-2, and that propels Vandy to its first title in school history.
I mean, it's just a final out, but it's just Jackie Bradley Jr. just catching the fly ball and tossing it in the stands for the first championship at then TD Ameritrade Park.
Yeah.
Like there's that one. And I just always remember that because my friend caught the ball that he threw into the stands, and I was supposed to go with him, and I didn't.
Rico.
And I would have been right there.
Rico.
And then he went down and he got it signed by Jackie, and he asked him if he wanted it. Jackie said no. And then a couple weeks later, Jackie hit him up and asked him for it. My friend was on ESPN talking about how he wasn't going to give the ball up.
Jackie had his chance.
So, because I'm trying to think of some of the schools that have won titles, because really it would be ones that happened in the championship series. Like the Ole Miss story is cool,
but not a moment.
Right?
Mississippi State, same. All blowouts.
Yeah.
Vandy, Michigan, meh.
Michigan Story. If Michigan could have won it, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Coastal, I suppose,
Story.
but once again, storyline. Like once again, the jaw-dropping plays where you sit there and go, "Oh my gosh!" I'll never talk. So we had Jeff Hendricks, the former umpire, in here, and he was telling us that when the catcher went back, didn't say a word after the guy dropped the fly ball.
He knew,
and I was like, "Dang, dude, he just knew." But nonetheless,
BG's.
Yeah, my goodness, like because Fresno was at Rosenblatt, obviously. South Carolina's back-to-back was last year, but once again, storyline there. So I mean, really, it's not that we've been deprived of great games. I think we've been deprived of great moments.
With those 3 walk-offs to start this year's, you think any of those will go down?
I think it's opening round, which hurts it.
Right. If any 3 of those were in the championship series and that team would go on to win it, yes.
But just the fact that all the jaw-dropping moments for this year so far happened in the opening round and those second games. You get the home run robbery. You almost had another one in, what was it, game 2, but he ran into the corner, that little oblong area. If he would have got that, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Austin, what do you see going on tonight?
I picked Tennessee in 3.
Okay.
I think I have to stick to it. I hope it's an offense-focused game.
Oh.
I have not been impressed with the pitching.
Yeah.
I really haven't.
Well,
I know the game,
it's been such a letdown from last year too.
Right. I mean, 4-1, I get it. It's a pitcher's duel, but even like Cortez was getting kind of rocked.
Yeah.
Could not find the strike zone.
Beam let up the home run.
Right. I just don't trust the pitching in this one. A&M's pitching has really been what's carried it through to this point in Omaha, at least. They just lost their first game in Omaha. How did they respond to that? Is it Tennessee's time, right? Having been so close recently, I just, man, if Braden Montgomery was playing, I might lean A&M.
I said the exact same thing.
He makes such a difference for that line. I mean, Grahovic is great. LaViolette is great. Apple, great. Schott, great. But just having one more guy to lengthen that line.
And Hunt's been incredible. Just don't know if, like, once again, this is the biggest stage that any of them are going to play on.
Right.
Christian
Moore and cramps have me curious. It seems like he says he's going to be good to go. I mean, they've played 70-some games this year. So, like he said, everyone's going to be banged up. But
now it's going to be 100+ degrees. Well, maybe not at that time, but it's to be extremely hot.
Heck, all day.
And if you've been having trouble with cramps, that's not going to help at all.
Right.
Bananas. Monkeys never crump. Bananas. But no, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, once again, I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm excited for it. We haven't even been able to touch on Game 7 of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
Got one. How about that?
I mean, 3-0. They were down. Edmonton wins handily in Game 4, scores 8 goals in Game 4. Game 5 goes on the road to Florida, wins that one. Game 6 goes back to Edmonton. Not to mention just the distance that they have to travel.
It's ridiculous.
Over 2,200 miles, I believe it is. And to do that back and forth and back and forth. And now if you're Florida, there's been so much pressure on Edmonton, but as Jay Foreman always says, the winds of change. Here you have it. It feels like the pressure somewhat on the shoulders of Florida, because not only are they at home tonight, they got to win at home, and they cannot be one of the teams to allow a 3-0 deficit to go.
What is greater, the energy that's been expended by Edmonton to get to a Game 7, or the energy that they've cultivated within their locker room, within their fan base by getting to a Game 7?
Yeah. I would love to compare it to the NBA, but you can't. Playoff hockey and playoff basketball are wildly different.
Very
because
much.
The first place my mind went was Miami getting up 3-0 on Boston in the conference finals last year. Boston came back and forced a Game 7 at home. But Miami ended up winning it. Problem was, Miami was the lower seeded team, right? Florida the higher seeded team, home ice advantage, got out to the 3-0 lead.
Mm-hmm.
I would still rather be Florida. I really would. The problem is that McDavid has completely taken over the series. Like he's doing like best player on the planet stuff.
Kachuk's been really good. But yeah, McDavid's been on another level.
But I'd still rather be Florida. Coming back home, all you have to do is go 1 for 4.
Yeah.
I mean, how many guys have gone 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and then hit a walk-off single?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to do much. Just do enough. I'd really rather be Florida.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Once again, so you have NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, 7 p.m. You have College World Series, 6 p.m. That's tonight. Game 3 in College World Series. Winner take all there. Winner take all, deciding one in the Stanley Cup finals
it's a great
as
day.
well.
It's a great day of sports.
Looking forward to it. All right, Austin, what's coming up?
We will talk about the Husker baseball starters in Major Leagues tonight, all 3 of them. Am I concerned about the Kansas City Royals? That's going to take up the bulk of hour 1. We will get into that. Big Ten transfer quarterback tiers. Not going to rank them, all of them, but just in tiers, right? There's different groups of quarterbacks. I think will be interesting to go over. A lot going on in Husker football recruiting. So Brian Munson of Husker Online will join us at 3:30.
Darn right. There you have it. All that and more coming up in just a few minutes on the block with Austin. Make sure you stick around. Appreciate all the folks chiming in. We'll step aside on the block coming up next on 93.7 The Ticket.
Yes.
Rashawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.